What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Crossroads podcast, the PlayStation Voice of Boss Rush Games. It's Halloween week, y'all, and tonight, we've got our crew here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and intro you guys up because I kind of made something special for you guys. So, first up, we have Nellie Lott, our frightful cheerleader.
Yay! And a dead sec member.
And next we have the drunken frat bro who's always going to investigate the weird ass noises downstairs, Austin Campbell.
I wish I had it downstairs.
Hey, we don't want to hear about your dungeon fantasies, bro.
Oh man,
none of that. Off camera right now is our overcautious camp counselor, Corey Derrick. Just remember, we will call him that when he comes back.
He will most likely be the first one to die.
He's going off looking for those lost kids in the woods when he should not be out there. And me, I'm LeRon Dawkins, the skeptical muscle bro who's stupidly too heroic for this slasher flick. I'm the one that's going toe to toe with the machete wielding crazy person, you know. Yeah, that sounds like me, doesn't it?
Wait. Oh, I guess this technically is the Halloween episode.
This is the Halloween.
I didn't think about that.
Halloween's
think about that.
Halloween's this Saturday, and it's on a full moon too. Like, I mean, and you know what? I can already tell that there's going to be an epic Halloween because I've been dealing with all sorts of insanity today. It just the level of stuff I've had to deal with and people just acting like they have no damn sense today has been monumental. Wait, what is that? Quantum fetish mechanics states that the questioning or pondering if a fetish exists not only causes it to exist, but for at least 2 websites dedicated to it to exist as well. I can tell our chat tonight is going to be live tonight.
Oh boy!
You know what's wild? I actually allowed that comment to go through. I was like, this may be something interesting.
But yeah. Often, like Logan's got the night off, so I didn't come up with anything special for him. You know, Logan,
Rest in peace.
We've. I wasn't trying to divulge anything, you know, like there might be an unmarked grave at the cemetery, but you know, I wasn't trying to divulge anything, you know.
Listen, we all know who did it. It's one of us 3, and we all know who did it. Yes. For Halloween, I am gonna go as a guy that has 20/20 vision. We'll go with that. That's my Halloween costume right now. I have 20/20 vision.
What are you going for Halloween as this year, Nellie?
A dead sec member. I'm just not rocking the hat because my ponytail a little bit too high right now.
Okay. I have no idea what I'm going to be, but I'm halfway tempted to be like the slaughterhouse guy because I have this really. I told you guys a few weeks back. I have this really like manly like freaking apron that I cook with, and you know like. It's got all the freaking straps and all these pockets and stuff. And, you know, given that we got
Grill Daddy on it.
Yeah. No.
No, when you said that, it reminded me of what we're going to talk about later. So.
It says Daddy on it. And it does say Daddy. It doesn't say Grill Daddy. It says, but you know what? But no, COVID's the perfect setup right now because I can wear that freaking jet black apron with a mask on and come and you know just step out the house with a giant ass knife and I'm in there. Oh, I guess I also need to wear pants, right?
Nah, it's not necessary.
Just enjoy life.
As I'm eating chocolate chip cookies.
That's all right. I had chocolate cake earlier. Not like I needed it, but.
So how's y'all's week, man?
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And smooth.
That's good.
Smooth sailing. I gotta do it again. Sorry.
That's good. If if I can get past tomorrow with no insanity happening, I think I'll be good. But if insanity happens, I will definitely dress up as like a knife wielding butcher and go crazy on people.
Kind of making me want to just play GTA right now and just run over everybody.
That doesn't give me the same gratification, even though technically, okay. So Saints Row the Third, right? I was playing that game heavily when it was brand new and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the pre-order bonuses, and you guys remember a lot about the Saints Row the Third, the game?
That's not the one where you the president. That's the one after that.
The one of your presidents, the fourth one. That's the one after. Well, Saints Row the Third, there was a whole bunch of pre-order bonuses, and one of the pre-order bonuses was the dildo bat.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh.
Yes.
I remember seeing videos of that.
That was my stress relief. Actually, I would just equip that thing and just go out in the street and just start beating people to death with that thing.
Yes, I remember that. Oh, I need to go back and play that. I have like every Saints Row game. Well, it's only 4, of course, but still, that was my series.
You know what's crazy though? Like, a lot of games like that typically don't stand up to the test of time, but they just re-released Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4. And those games actually are pretty good, in this day and age. And I may just buy, even though I have it on PC and I had those games both at one point on PS3, I may turn around and just buy the Switch versions of them, just so I can just have portable mayhem.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And Johnny Gat, that's my guy. I'm just throwing that out there.
Johnny Gat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we talk about OnlyFans and everything, and the more I think about Saints Row the Third, the first thing I always think about is when there's a mission where you have to break this character out, and he's being held in like a freaking brothel. And so
talking about
the T-Pain dude,
the pimp. I call him the pimp.
Yes, with the voice modulator, with the throat box.
Oh, you gonna make me look up his name? It's somewhat Emos. Is that his name?
I think that might have been it. But it's always hilarious about that mission because you're talking, your character's talking to the other people and are like, oh yeah, we have an idea how to get him broken out, but you're not gonna like it. And what do you mean not gonna like it? And they spike his drink, and I was a male character, so they spike your drink, and next thing you know, you wake up and you've been sold to the freaking whorehouse where you're supposed to be breaking the homeboy out of.
Deep butt booty that can walk around. I remember that. Am I allowed to say that on here? I don't know. No,
I just said whorehouse. I'm not
okay.
sure to say that. All right, let's break into some housekeeping. How about that?
Yeah.
Crossroads is a PlayStation podcast here on Boss Rush Games. Each week, we come together live here on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Games Live to bring you the latest news, rumors, discussions, and games in the world of PlayStation. If you can't join us live, you can head over to youtube.com/Boss Rush Games or your favorite podcast service every Thursday to listen to the show. Remember to like, share, rate, and review us wherever you consume our show. And check out our family of podcasts and all of our content available on bossrushgames.com. Guys, I just got through that without any problems. No slip-ups, no tongue twisting.
What?
First time. And wait, how many shows? What episode is this now?
You know what? There's something funny. Logan's not here. Maybe he's the one that's been tripping you up this whole time. Been stealing my
mojo.
Yeah.
Talking about feet pics all the time, trying to get a rise out of me. I get it.
You kept losing your focus.
Oh. Hold on. I don't have the same infatuation with him like he has for Patrick Mahomes. I don't.
No one has that much infatuation. No one.
All right. So let's go ahead and get this show started. But before we get into tonight's news and events topics, here are some quick PlayStation blurbs the team over here at Crossroads thought you might be interested in. Kojima Productions has started work on its next game. That's exciting. We will, and actually, we're going to come back to that in a little bit later with our Rumor Control episode. But right now, Kojima Productions has confirmed its next game has entered development. In traditional Hideo Kojima fashion, however, we're being kept in the dark about exactly what it is. No shocker there, right? Next up, Final Fantasy VII Remake gets its first patch for PS4. Isn't it crazy? Because you would think by now, like 7 months into the since release, the game would have already gotten its patch. And by the way, when's the game coming to PC? Just putting that out there.
2024.
Never.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII is finally getting its first patch after 7 months of being a live game. Square Enix released the first patch for the action RPG, and it doesn't really do that much according to the patch notes. I haven't looked at the complete list of patch notes, but it is not extensive at all. Like honestly, it looks like it's just stability, patches. But that also doesn't make sense because the game played pretty freaking smoothly on the PS4. We wouldn't know about it on any other console because it's not on any other console yet. I'm sorry. Do I sound salty? I'm sorry.
No pepper.
Just a little.
I just want to play it where I know I'm going to enjoy it, and I know I'll enjoy it for sure on the PC with my. You know what? I'm not going to brag.
Yeah, my 60-inch computer screen.
With 7 microphones.
70
and 4
7
monitors.
Surround sound.
Speaking of Final
7
Fantasy
gaming chairs for each of my microphones.
all right. You got to be comfortable. Hey, like this thing reclines all the way back. I can sleep in this like it's a bed. Like that's how good my chair is.
I can't even sit in my chair for too long. My butt hurts.
All right. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII Remake, PlayStation 5 support has been added for Final Fantasy VII Remake, God of War 3 Remastered, and God of War as well. Via Twitter, Lance McDonald has confirmed that God of War 3 Remastered, the 2018 God of War that released on PS4, and Final Fantasy VII Remake have now been updated with some amount of added PS5 support. However, there's no way to know what amount of support this actually is until we get our hands on it. And our final blurb for tonight is Ubisoft Connect is replacing Uplay, which is actually a good thing for me because I couldn't stand Uplay's interface. I really couldn't. I thought it was horrible. And it also offers cross-save for future titles. Ubisoft has revealed that Ubisoft Connect, an online service that connects players across different gaming platforms. So basically, we're looking at possibly, their first stab in the cross-platform stuff. The new ecosystem, as the publisher calls on the website, offers an environment for those who can enjoy Ubisoft games to keep in touch, but most importantly, allows for cross saves for future titles such as Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Immortals: Phoenix Rising, and more. And speaking of Immortals: Phoenix Rising, does that game strike you guys oddly like Breath of the Wild?
I was just about to say it is like almost
straight up
copy of Breath of the Wild.
I mean, it's uncanny the way that game looks and the way that game plays. I don't know how it feels though. Is a demo out or is how soon are we just till launch of that game?
It's December, right?
Okay, yeah. Some people
know that though.
Some people. Okay, so that's the unofficial.
No, I have no idea, but December sounded right for some reason.
You're probably right. Yeah, but I saw the video of the gameplay and just overall like the breakdown of the game, and I'm like, this looks like they copy and pasted Breath of the Wild, which is funny because everyone swore up and down Genshin Impact was going to be a copy paste of Breath of the Wild, and that game is not.
And you're right, Austin. It's December 3rd, 2020.
December 3rd. Okay. Yeah, the only thing they didn't copy from Breath of the Wild is making a catchy name.
Yeah.
Immortals: Phoenix Rising.
All right. To get the scoop on all these blurbs, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them out, and then continue the conversation with us over on our over at our Twitter page at ps_crossroads. Now, let's break into the latest news and events for this week, and we've got some good ones for you guys this week. So strap in. All right. First off, I said strap in, Austin. I saw that look.
Oh.
I saw that look.
All right.
I saw that.
I thought you said strap on. My bad.
All right.
In the chat.
What are you doing, Nellie? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't get the chat started.
Don't pour gasoline on the fire.
Master RPG says objection, and I say Ace Phoenix like the video game.
Oh boy. All right. Give this the Halloween show. We do have to talk. We have to talk about this. Call of Duty Black Ops, Cold War Zombies mode is a PlayStation exclusive for 1 solid year. Yes. Now, before I actually start talking about this, let's just say Call of Duty, the PlayStation getting exclusive mode this time around. This is a big deal. We were talking about it yesterday, Austin, and you mentioned that it seems like the roles have been reversed. Last time it was Xbox getting these exclusive modes and hanging on to them for a while, and Sony was snapping up the developer studios and stuff like that. But now the roles have flipped, where Microsoft is snapping up all the studios and stuff, and Sony's getting all the exclusives.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to go this way, and I mean, we saw a huge turn, especially with Call of Duty, where Xbox 360 was really the home for Call of Duty, and it seemed like Xbox One was, but then PS4 kind of took over, and now it seems to confirm that PS5 or Sony and Activision are having a really good relationship with each other on Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. I mean, a year long for zombie modes, and specifically when. If I remember correctly, Black Ops 4 didn't have zombies, and that did not go well in the community. Black Ops 4 really didn't go well in the Call of Duty community at all. I had pretty much dropped out at that point and got brought back in with Modern Warfare, but this was the thing that everyone was excited about with zombies, and the fact that it's going to be on PlayStation for a year kind of sucks, because I know some people who only play zombies on Call of Duty. That's all they play. They don't play multiplayer or the campaign. They just play zombies. So it's a big thing. You got to imagine the Call of Duty game base is huge. It's huge. Whether you like the game or not, it's a big community. And so telling someone they get a whole mode exclusively for a year, that's going to sell a lot more PlayStation consoles than it will Xbox. Just on that big part of the community.
Yeah. So, our friends over at PC Gamer kind of gave us a little bit of a breakdown of it. During Requiem's investigation of dark ether anomalies at various familiar locations across the globe, your strike team encounters a mysterious orb radiating dangerously high levels of unnatural energy. As your team of 2 investigates the anomalies, the orb creates a barrier trapping your team inside a specific zone. And a seemingly unending horde of zombies is unleashed. With nowhere to run, your team has a single goal in mind: stay alive. This is the Zombies Onslaught mode, a 2-person fast-paced zombies experience for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and it is exclusive to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 players. At the beginning of October, Activision stated that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War will begin a completely new chapter of zombies with a new setting, new characters, and for the first time in the series, cross-platform play. I'm digging this because the more and more we get cross-platform, the more and more opportunities we'll have to play other games that we normally would not see on specific systems. I'm digging this idea. So the Zombies Onslaught mode, I'm already on the fence about getting Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War anyway, and I think this just helps out. Even though I've said it many a times, I am trash on competitive multiplayer games. So especially first-person shooter games. So yeah, there's that.
I think the only Call of Duty game that I really got into was Advanced Warfare.
I loved Advanced Warfare, but I only played the single player campaign.
Me too. I have Infinite
that's all
Warfare. I need to go and play it though.
Infinite Warfare.
Which one?
Infinite Warfare.
Oh, okay. It's a lot more like Advanced Warfare, just faster.
Okay. I like.
That's interesting though. Like that's about the time that I fell off was with Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 and then Infinite Warfare because it was really fast, very robotic, doing unrealistic things, and I'm like, that wasn't what I wanted in Call of Duty. That's what I appreciate, like with Titanfall and Titanfall 2. Like I liked in that game, but I also liked the more realistic, and by Call of Duty standards, realistic is not that realistic, but more grounded in modern time. That's kind of when I fell off, and that's when Modern Warfare brought me back. That's why I was excited about Black Ops. The zombie mode sounds really interesting, though. I heard that you can actually like quit at certain times, so it's not like constant surviving. Like,
oh, that's cool.
You know, there's some that have story modes that you can finish. They started that with, I think, 3, maybe. No, they started with 2. That there were ones that you could finish instead of just playing rounds upon rounds and rounds. Now I think it's you keep playing rounds, but you can quit at any point, so you can save your score and stuff like that. So it's not just like continue until you die thing. It's like, oh, we can actually beat a score that other people have. So, but I've heard a lot of rumors, but I don't have too many confirmations on that.
Well, it sounds good. It sounds good, and I think it's gonna be something that I'm still on the fence about it. Like I was going to download and play the beta for Black Ops Cold War, but at the time I just wasn't. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to play multiplayer. You know, I'm not trying to get dusted, not have fun, and then have my experience ruined. And I don't want to get the actual game when it comes out. So yeah.
I need some kind of anger release in my life, so
anger release and a multiplayer first person shooter is not anger release for me. That's anger inducing. Yep.
Corey's now back on the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Our wayward overcautiously camp counselor is back now.
I'm here. I'm sorry. The rascally children. You know.
See, camp counselor. See, he's got
counselor.
Camp counselor.
I took a page out of Ed's book and gave us like wily nicknames for the Halloween theme. So yeah.
Oh jeez.
You got the frightful cheerleader, the drunken frat bro that's always going downstairs investigating weird noses he has no business. Skeptical muscle bro who's overly too heroic for slasher flicks, and then you are as our overly cautious camp counselor. So
actually, the cheerleader thing works too because I flirt a lot, and a lot of cheerleaders flirt. So.
You're the reason why random dudes are getting killed.
Oh boy!
So have you all seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
So LeRon would be Chris Hemsworth, ride a motorcycle into the invisible wall.
God.
I don't know if I would be the guy that's high that just kind of figures it out somewhere midway through the movie.
Figures out that you're high, or just figures out the
I think he
killer?
does figure out he's high, but I think he starts to piece it all together that maybe they're not real monsters or something like that. And stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Oh, so you're Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Got it.
I mean, basically that character is Shaggy, straight up. Like that's what it's going for. I'm pretty sure.
Shaggy is my favorite. I can't lie.
Your favorite who?
He's my favorite.
Scooby game.
Scooby Doo. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I don't know. Like I've always liked Velma because like she has the most sense, but she still kind of gets wrangled up in the nonsense of
Yeah.
the spooky mystery.
Also, he likes
Like,
to say
okay.
jinkies.
Yeah, out of the women, of course, I like Velma. Out of the guys, I like Shaggy.
Even though I will say like these more modern Scooby Doo like cartoons and movies now, like is it me or is Daphne now like the anti of what her character used to be in like the old school cartoons?
I feel like that's Freddy because at first he was all extra serious. Now they just turned into this goofy guy, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's
he's
obsessed with traps.
Yeah, I'm like, either way, I really never cared for Freddy, even though I do like the voice actor. But now he's just annoying.
Is it because is it you didn't care for Freddy because he was always trying to get Daphne alone somewhere?
No,
He's really just creepy.
Because I've watched a lot of Scooby Doo, and it always seems like when it's time to split up, Fred is always like Daphne, you and I, Daphne, come with me, Daphne, let's go there.
Do you ever think one episode they'll pull off Freddy's mask? It turns out Freddy was wearing a mask the whole time, and it's like Bill Cosby.
no,
Ooh.
no,
God.
Too soon?
no. That's terrible.
If it wasn't for you meddling kids.
I could have had my pudding pops.
If my kid wasn't asleep, I'd do my Bill Cosby impression, but I'm not doing it. So. He really put the O in Jello, you know what I mean?
All right.
By the way,
Yeah, what's up?
why was it called the Cosby Show if their last name was Huxtable in the show?
I always wondered the same thing.
I wondered that too, and I was like, was Bill Cosby just trying to like make himself like the center of focus the whole time?
Yeah.
I just don't get it because like they're the Huxtables, so like. But wait, didn't they have a spinoff though where it was technically? No. What was the spinoff? Because it went to CBS, remember? And technically it was Cliff and Claire, but they had different character names, and it was obvious that they were like their versions of the Huxtables, but they're in a different universe. I can't remember the name.
I don't know.
I'm not well versed in the lore of the Cosby Show.
Yeah, I was too into like Ninja Turtles and like Transformers at that time. I wasn't
Actually,
watching.
I didn't watch the Cosby Show, so.
I don't even know if I've ever even seen an episode of the Cosby Show, to be honest
I
with
don't
you.
either.
Oh yeah.
I always knew Bill Cosby from just the hate that he would show to Eddie Murphy. Like, like he would hate on Eddie Murphy so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, why? Eddie Murphy's funny, and he's funnier than you. So
I think it's like the Will Smith Eminem thing. Like like one of them was like just way too raunchy for the other one. So it was immediately like a sense of beef, and then and then kind of find out like we have all these skeletons in Bill Cosby's closet.
Yeah. Don't use that analogy then. I don't want to find out that Will Smith's got some kind of skeleton in his closet, man.
Well, wasn't there some sort of like rumor going around that he did at some point? And everybody was like,
I think.
Well,
No.
some guy was in Jada's closet.
I was just about
What was the guy? Who was the guy that she got with?
August something. He was he's with a group, or he's a singer, right?
isn't he Jaden's friend, or what's her kid's name? Isn't he like his friend or whatever? Aren't they friends?
I think it is. I think he is. Like I tried to look up the whole thing about about the entanglement.
I heard about it, but
that's what Jada called it, an entanglement.
I heard about it, but then I was like,
I didn't like that. I didn't like those big tears coming out of his eyes. I was like, no. I saw that once with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't need to see that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
He
can,
was so
yeah,
hurt.
you,
Felt
but
so bad
yeah,
for
you
him.
can tell, you can tell like that messed with Will. And the crazy thing about it was that was from years ago, so to have it dredged back up, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Man, Fresh Prince, that was a good show.
Oh yeah.
Crossroads, a PlayStation podcast.
Nope, a Fresh Prince podcast.
I would do with that.
Can we
I would be
just
down to-
do Fresh Prince in review, where we like watch every episode and just review every episode from now on?
Oh, that would be awesome, actually. Except for the one episode. The one episode that messes me up every time is the one where he hooks up with his father, and his father's just an absolute deadbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. No, that one pulls some emotion out of you. The one where
If you don't cry at that part, you are a heartless soul.
and another one is the one where he gets shot, and then Carlton goes and gets a gun, trying to like defend their honor.
Oh yeah.
That one was that's a good one too.
That was the one show that was on HBO Max. I was like, oh, I gotta watch that day one, and just like everything else I do, I didn't watch it. But I thought about it.
I thought real hard.
Oh, real hard.
Wow.
All right. Oh, hey, we talk about it hard enough. Like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air might become a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Look at the Twitch chat.
Oh my goodness. I'm looking at that.
Oh jeez.
Hey, Rowdy.
Now this is a story all about how my DualShock got flipped upside down. I need more lyrics. And I'll do it. You give me more lyrics, I might do it.
Oh jeez.
What
did I sign up for tonight?
I know.
I walk away for like
Everything
20
was
minutes to make sure my
professional.
kid's asleep, and now,
Hey, you're the camp counselor. You're supposed to keep the campers in line.
hey, I went to camp at some point, sir, and one camp counselor cannot corral a bunch of children. I give up.
This is where we need Luscious Brody again.
Yeah, where's Brody? I'm like the substitute. I'm like the sub. I just kind of like. I'm like the substitute teacher that like. Did you guys read? Yeah, and then like 45 minutes of class, everybody's just talking the whole time. Because it's just like, what's the point? You know? What?
There's nothing wrong with that.
You're tied up. You're duct taped to the door.
Yeah.
no one can find you. They open the door and you're behind it.
Thinking about jumping headfirst off the school roof just to see what happens. Oh, sorry,
Sounds
too
like-
dark.
No, that sounds like a bully mission for some odd reason.
This is the Halloween episode. This is not too dark.
I was gonna say you'd be like Chris Farley, the bus driver, and just drive the whole bus off of a bridge. Just take all the kids with them.
Speaking of Halloween,
Wait,
did
wait.
any of you watch that new Halloween Adam Sandler movie?
No, it's on my list. I'm ready to watch it.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh jeez.
I love stuff like that though. I've loved every Adam Sandler movie that's been on Netflix so far. So
There's a lot of nods to old Adam Sandler in there.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Someone already
I'm
told me
glad to put it on the
that.
list.
Someone already told me the Ben Stiller, Happy Gilmore characters in there, and that's all I needed to know. I'm like, I'm in.
Also, the well, I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. I was gonna tell you something about the kids in the movie, but I don't want to spoil it.
I dedefinitely will watch it. We should have a Hoobie Halloween spoiler cast. Why not?
Okay.
We'll do that with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Well, the show,
speak-
the show I really wanted to bring back. Honestly, we had a show called Standard Definition. It was about like reviewing movies and old shows and old games and stuff, and like it was something I thought about bringing back. And like I wonder if we could do that as like one-offs.
Oh, dude,
Oh, that'd be
I'd
cool.
be totally down.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about bringing back for a while, but. Anyways,
All right. Well,
sorry for derailing the show.
oh no, we were already derailed.
It's true. I was just trying to be nice.
Well, So let's talk about that Uncharted movie first look.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are scraping the bottom of the barrel from news, aren't you?
Well, we decided to make it news because immediately, like as soon as we saw like the pictures and everything, I was like, "Do not want."
I'll give it to you though. He looks like Drake. He looks like a young Drake. Like
He doesn't look bad.
also
looks like,
from the waist up,
he looks like a young.
from the waist up, he looks great. From the waist down, he looks like he bought those pants at Target and they're like ready to zip off at the knees to put some short. Like you remember those like
Yes,
not quite khakis. They were more
shorts.
like
yeah,
and then you just unzip them, you know. And those, what's up with the boots, man? Like the boots are like.
Well,
I feel like he went
hold on.
shopping at Kingdom Hearts Cosplay, bought some big boots that are just way too big.
hold on. This guy came up in my Twitch chat talking about still better than the Monster Hunter movie. Master RBG, I know where you work at. I will show up at your job tomorrow.
Let's be honest, though, he's probably not wrong.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, I saw one of the Resident Evil movies, and everybody's the same. It's just like, hey, we switched out the words Resident Evil for Monster Hunter, and instead of zombies, we're fighting, you know, weird-looking monster dinosaur things with feathers. So, you know.
I don't have to put up with this. I really don't. I really don't.
It's like this my last show.
Dropping like flies around here.
Right?
I can't sub
Right?
for everybody. What if I just put my picture in all four squares, and then Austin can hang out with me? Nellie leaves because LeRon leaves, and it's just me and Austin. Logan has COVID or whatever. I don't know.
That almost rhymes too.
I'll be talking to a panel of 4 Corys talking at different time zones.
Yeah, with Logan is either it's either COVID or the stomach flu, and it's like, dude, pick a lane, man.
Yeah. I either sneezed wrong or I have COVID. It's
Oh yeah, that was a thing too. Remember, he had a sneezing fit during this show.
Logan's just listening to this show. He's like, I quit. I hate these people.
All right, so first images from the Uncharted movie have been released, giving us a first look at not just some props, but also of 2 Nathan Drakes, which was crazy, by the way.
2 Drakes.
Yeah, you had Tom Holland, but you also had Nolan North in the picture too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Tom Holland, of course, was in his Drake getup, which we've seen images of on Twitter about that, you know, and you know what? I like Tom Holland. I do. But I just don't, you know, Uncharted is the reason why I got a PlayStation 3. It is. That was a game that kind of like, you know, set the pulse for how I was going to be a PlayStation gamer for not just one whole console generation, but also a second one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not saying I had an image of Nathan Drake on the movie screen looking similar to his character, and you know, maybe more like Nathan Fillion from Firefly and Castle, you know, maybe that guy, because I feel like Drake in the video games was modeled after him.
Did you watch that short film, by the way, with him in it, with Nathan Fillion?
I did, and man, that was
it was perfect, man. Like it was like
But you know what though? They Sony took too long, and now he's on the wonderful show on ABC called The Rookie, and I love that show.
They took so long that Mark Wahlberg went from being Drake to being Sully.
To being Sully.
Yeah. But see, they could have just continued Uncharted 4. They could have had Nathan Drake be older, Nathan Fillion be the dad. Spoilers for Uncharted 4, I guess.
Yeah,
if you haven't played that yet. But
hey, don't give Hollywood ideas and they take your money.
I mean, he's right though. Like this is how
they
they
had a female Uncharted.
Yeah, that's how they could have continued the series. They could have just been like, okay, well, here's the whatever. Mm-hmm. Man, they messed up. You're right, Austin.
But
you get 5 Drake bucks.
Is this like whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
You get 10,000 points, and the points don't matter.
I love that show.
Oh man. there's some like dated jokes in there. It's like the points don't matter, like the Buffalo Bills at a Super Bowl. I'm like, ha, I get that, but that's like so old. Man.
Oh man, 90s Bills. Remember when everybody liked the 90s Bills because everybody hated the Cowboys that were good? Man,
Yeah,
those were the times.
simpler times.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive then, but simpler times.
But I will say something though, like the pictures I've seen, kind of put the Uncharted movie back on the radar for me because, like, man, I had honestly forgotten. I thought they had dropped this project. It's kind of like Tobey Maguire's Robotech project. Have you guys heard about that one?
Oh, that's still a thing.
Apparently, he's still trying to get it off the ground. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is like trying to back him now
What?
because they're boys.
Yeah, I'm just kind of glad to see that Uncharted's being made. Like it's a thing. There's a set. There's cameras. Because it sounded like it was just a bunch of business suits talking for a while about what they want to do, and now they're actually kind of doing it.
I will say this: Tom Holland's run as Spider-Man, though, like I feel like he can definitely deliver like the Nathan Drake like slapstick like comedic lines because man, like that's one of the best things about Uncharted playing the game is that when Drake is starting to wing it and he's trying to talk himself out of some situations.
Yeah.
So I think the more I think about it, I guess I can definitely see Tom Holland playing Drake, but that twunk needs to muscle up a little bit more.
I feel like Nolan North has such a very iconic delivery. It's just like it's really hard to imagine anybody else playing that character. But I mean, that's just something you got to get used to, I guess, in games and movies and stuff, where like characters change, movies and shows get rebooted, and it's just I don't know. I will see it because I am a huge Indiana Jones fan, and this is basically just the Indiana Jones movie that I wish they would make instead of using 8,000-year-old ancient Harrison Ford to like change Nazi diapers or whatever. I don't know what he's doing. We had that conversation the other day. It was like, what movie's going to be better, Indiana Jones 5 or Uncharted?
Oof. I mean, if Uncharted could be better than Indiana Jones 4, which in my mind doesn't exist, that'd be...
I didn't really have that big of a problem with the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but it was not my favorite movie. I'll say that.
I didn't have an issue with it either. I think it's totally watchable until like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like out of all the stuff they'd done in previous Indiana Jones movies, it made sense once you got the big reveal at the end of this one. It kind of made sense.
Yeah,
like did. I mean, first movie, they found the Ark of the Covenant and damn near pissed off God. Second movie,
and people's faces melted. Don't forget that fun part.
Second movie, they were messing around with they were being colonizers and meddling in affairs they had no business meddling with in India. The third movie, they went back to pissing off God again.
I just want to say, for the record, I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is better than Temple of Doom.
Whoa, Temple of Doom is my favorite one.
Ew, what? What? No, The Last Crusade. The Last Crusade is clearly the best movie.
The last... You know what? Actually, it may be time for me to watch the 3 Indiana Jones movies because the first Indiana Jones movie I saw as a kid was Temple of Doom, and that's kind of why it's one of my favorites. It's because it's the first one.
That's fair.
Just like my favorite Star Wars movie is Empire Strikes Back because that was the first one I saw as a kid.
How did you watch that one first?
Because I was too young to see the original.
Yeah, that's fair.
The original came out in 1977. I was barely 2 years old.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that you were around when these movies were actually coming out, LeRon.
Hey, at least I'm not Gone with the Wind old.
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, that's right, because I was supposed to send you a Xerox copy of my freaking ID card, so
Yeah.
so you know I'm a real person.
Wait, Ron,
Yeah.
you're not talking about, you're talking about the book, right? Not the movie.
Oh God.
The Gone with the Wind book.
Oh.
LeRon's so old that he uses like those ring stamps to let people know who he is instead of dips his ring in wax with his seal on it, his family crest.
I was
Goes
just
to the bank. Can we get your signature? Oh yeah, let me get my ring real hot real quick.
Yeah. Let me grab my quill.
Oh man. Hey, wait, am I the resident old guy from Boss Rush? Please don't say yes.
I'm thinking it's either you or Ed, and if you're older than Ed, then
I'm older than Ed. Yes. Hey, at least I'm not busting out whippersnapper like remarks and all that stuff. Like I'm not that freaking old. I'm still hip.
it's all right. I was joking at work today, and I said something. What did I say? I said something was lit AF, trying to be hip with the kids, and the one young guy that works there, he's like, "Don't ever say that again." I'm like, okay.
I'm 24, and I would say that I'm past that age at this point in my life that I can't say lit AF and get away with it.
Yeah. I'm just man.
Well, you're 24, so you're the perfect age to be a TikToker. Why aren't you an influencer on TikTok?
Yeah. He's too good at it. He wants to give other people a chance.
Yeah. I plus I don't have like money, so I can't like get pay for to rent a Lamborghini for a day and take a picture by it. I was seeing this story where this guy bought a purple Lamborghini, charging people $50 to take a picture by the purple Lamborghini for their Tinder profiles.
Jeez.
And then
For the
makes
Tinder
enough-
profile?
Yeah, and then he makes enough in a day to pay the bill for the Lamborghini.
Wow.
So like, he doesn't. I mean, he just for people to take pictures by it.
That's a hustle.
Yeah. Which I'm like, wow, I should be getting a Lamborghini. Because not, and he was doing this in Miami. I'm sure there's multiple Lamborghinis. I know there's no other Lamborghinis in Oklahoma. Okay, so I know I'm the only business competition around here.
Money in the bank.
I don't know if you ever seen the movie Get Smart, where they're like, oh yeah, Ferraris. Everyone sees all these all the time and drives a Ferrari around. The Russian farmers are like, holy shit, a Ferrari. That's how it is in Oklahoma. Okay. Same thing.
So some where I work, someone like takes car, like he's one of the sales people at the car dealership I work at, and he takes Corvettes and stuff out for quote test drives, and he has his own YouTube channel, and like he does like music. He's trying to be a rapper, and he does like all these music videos and stuff with the cars that he quote test drives with people.
Oh my God! It's like a Lil Dicky music video.
Yeah,
with this guy.
it's pretty funny. They're pretty bad. He's not a very good rapper. So also he doesn't have the physique to be like rapping with his shirt off, So
hey, a lot of rappers don't have the physique to be rapping with their shirt off, but they do it anyway.
But this guy, he's
They got money though.
He's yeah.
He ain't no Gucci Mane.
No. He looks like he goes to the drive-thru every day at lunch, and then on the way home
that
for
worked
dinner.
out for Rick Ross. I
was just about to
Rick
mention
Ross has
him.
money though. It's
Yeah.
kind of like how Lil Wayne get women. I'm like, what the hell do y'all see in him?
Money, weed.
That dude.
Exactly.
That dude's face. Well, that dude when he rips off his shirt, he looks like those old train cars that has been tagged multiple times, by graffiti artists.
Yeah.
No.
It's like everyone's just trying to just put their own tag on top of each other.
Yeah, I knew several girls that had Lil Wayne posters in their room and thought he was the hottest guy. And I was like, you mean to tell me in a world where we have Hugh Jackman and Idris Elba and you chose that guy.
Somebody who looks human.
Yeah. And there's always that one damn poster with that weird ass lopsided, like him showing his teeth. You know, it's like,
yeah.
It's like, dude, close your mouth.
Close your mouth.
I mean, I do like a lot of Lil Wayne's music, but you know, like it's just hard to watch. Video. It's hard to watch a video with him in it though.
I love Lil Wayne, but I mean, I appreciate the style for you, man, but I could never do it.
I'm like, man, we got women dropping panties for this. Like, what?
Remember,
what am I doing wrong?
Remember when he made that rock album that was all auto-tune?
Yeah.
I didn't even do it.
That happened.
George Clinton grew up in the wrong era. If he would have grew up in the same area as Lil Wayne, he would have been the hottest thing around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
Good times, everybody. Good job. A+.
Yep.
PlayStation Crossroads, a PlayStation podcast.
In the Vita live.
It sounds like we're a pop culture podcast, which ain't a bad place to be. Actually, it's not. But let's get back to some more PlayStation news and actually some more video gaming news this time because EA is being sued in Canada over loot boxes. That's right. Loot boxes, yeah, that's a thing that still happens. You know, like it tries to not be like this dark, you know, money laundering secret that it is, but over in Canada, EA is being sued over loot boxes and stated in a class action lawsuit that's been brought against EA Games in Canada. The plaintiffs are essentially arguing that the games giant is profiting off of an illegal gambling business by selling randomized loot boxes for cash. If this sounds like you've heard this story before, that's because you have. It's remarkably similar to the lawsuit to a lawsuit filed against EA in California this past August, which alleged that FIFA's Ultimate Team mode is essentially gambling. Though you always get something from a loot box in this game, you don't know what it'll be, and obviously EA didn't realize that they were going to be getting a lawsuit.
EA, what would we do without them?
What a shock.
Once again, EA is making questionable choices with gamers' reputations.
As always, but I'm shut up.
It sucks because Logan's not here tonight, and Logan would have been all over this one. I feel like when Logan returns, we need to revisit this topic.
We do, yes, we do, yes.
Because man, Logan looks for any opportunity to rip EA to shreds, and I'm here for it.
Gambling, it's in the game. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It makes sense now, right?
Oh man,
that's my friend, Master RPG. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I swear, like he keeps us on our toes in the chat sometimes. So I think we're gonna leave this for when Logan comes back, because even though it's gonna be old news, like he's gonna treat it like it's day one, like fresh off the press. So
yeah. I do find it funny that it is FIFA. I think that's for a reason too. It's international. There's too many laws involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. Like I would love to play FIFA online or Madden online or NBA online, but it's just like complete garbage at this point. Like just you're hit with so many microtransactions at this point. I'm like, no, I turn off like all online capabilities on any sports game I have at this point because I just want to play. The game. remember when EA Sports said it's in the game? Now,
it's in the game? Yeah.
It's in the gambling. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to other class action lawsuits that have been brought around loot boxes, the lawsuit cites gambling relevant sections of Canada's criminal code to allege that loot boxes should also be considered a type of gambling. It also cites other international precedents such as Japanese and Korean enforcement of loot box regulation, the Netherlands and Belgium's recent laws against loot boxes, and the loot box inquiries in progress in the UK as well as the US. The popularity of loot boxes exploded following Overwatch's release back in 2016. But let's be fair for a second here. Overwatch's loot boxes, I've never felt like they're just trying to game your wallet to get money. Like I always feel like because I got a buddy, he stays up all night playing Overwatch, and he rarely buys loot boxes, but he says every time he's bought a loot box, he's not been disappointed.
Right. I mean, it's one thing to do the skins and stuff, which is what Overwatch is. It's skins, it's voice, audio messages, and stuff like that. But when it helps you enhance the game, like in FIFA, you're buying cards to get better players. You're buying cards to get better players in Madden, and so it does affect your game play. It affects your talent that you have in your ability. So, it's a mess, but I guess this is what they mean by like when you buy like baseball cards or basketball, like they give you a number of like how rare it could be that you get a certain type of cards and stuff. I think they have to start posting that. I think that's a big thing that they're supposed to do now, which I haven't paid attention to this stuff in a while because I just don't mess with it other than
same
Overwatch, but which I don't buy loot boxes at all because you get them enough to where it's like they're like giving you free loot boxes all the time. They're awesome, but all this other stuff, man. As soon as loot boxes get involved, I'm like, nah, just give me whatever.
Yeah, it's already a mess as far as I'm concerned. And what's said about this is I feel like EA should have learned a lesson because like wasn't there like a loot box fiasco with Star Wars Battlefront 2 that got EA in the spotlight for this stuff?
I don't know if it got him in legal trouble, but I know it got him in game trouble, like reviews, because it completely affected the game. Like if you didn't buy cards, you didn't get certain type of weapons, then you were significantly at a disadvantage compared to other players, and I think that was the problem. I don't know if it got him in legal trouble. I don't remember that or not.
I can't remember for sure. I just know for sure there was a massive fallout, and I think you're right. I think it was just gamers that gamers and games reviewers that basically like tore them to shreds. I knew EA was overstepping their bounds when we saw microtransactions in Dead Space 3. Like I was like, this is not a game that needs microtransactions.
Master RBG says that it got him in hot water with Disney too, which makes sense.
Yes.
Disney's main focus is kids, so if you're hitting kids hard and hitting parents hard, that affects Disney, and so they'll shut down on it. But FIFA's not owned by Disney, so maybe they thought they could get away with it on FIFA. The soccer games.
I was about to say because soccer is pretty big, so
soccer's a big deal. Move. Yeah, soccer's a big deal.
I mean, soccer, if it wasn't like if it wasn't yearly, it probably would sell as much as Grand Theft Auto, I think, just because everyone plays that all around the world. It's an all around the world game. But since it's yearly, you got different people buying it every year.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, we're gonna talk about this more once Logan returns, because like I said, like we want to hear Logan just go off on this one. So we'll come back to this topic in a later show. And here's a quick bit of news for you: Destruction All Stars is coming to PlayStation Plus in February. Via PlayStation Blog, the game we knew absolutely nothing about has been pushed back to February, and it was supposedly slated for a PS5 launch. But yeah. So Destruction All Stars. Do we know anything about this game yet? Is it an arena brawl game? Is it a Destruction Derbies game?
It looks like Rocket League mixed with Twisted Metal mixed with Fortnite. Like when they first showed it off, I thought it was like a new hipster version of Twisted Metal, and I was like.
Yeah, same here, yeah.
They probably would have been smart just to make this a Twisted Metal game, you think? Like, I don't know. It's been a while, right? What was the last Twisted Metal game we got?
The PS3 one. It would be in the
that?
2010 on PS3.
I think it was just called Twisted Metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was no like Black or Twisted Metal 4 or nothing like that. I think it was just
Twisted Metal Black was awesome.
If I remember correctly, there's 1, 2, which was in Black. 1, 2 were on PS1.
I think there's 4
Black
on
was on PS2.
I think there's 4 on PS1.
There might be.
I don't know.
Speaking of games with the title Black, you remember that one?
Black?
Oh, Black?
That
Yeah.
shooter?
Black's
Oh
a
my
great
god,
game.
That
one.
was for the Xbox, wasn't it?
It was on Xbox and PlayStation, PS2.
Yeah. I think
That game.
it had like, it was one of the first shooters on console to run at 60 frames, and like the sound design was something that everybody liked about it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a dope game.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just for Xbox. I wanted that game so bad. I wanted the original Xbox for that game.
Plus, the cover art was so cool.
Yeah,
Just
it was.
bullets, empty bullet
Just
cases.
bullets,
Yeah.
bullet cases.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, they made a sequel to that game called Body Count.
Is that what?
I
was
didn't
a
know.
sequel to Black? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was
I don't know
it
if
as
it
good as Black?
No, it got terrible reviews.
I was gonna say I didn't hear anything about it, so it probably didn't.
Yeah, it was called Body Count. And it like
Aw.
it was not very good.
Oh.
But it exists, so
Oh man, I just realized my personal trainer's still out of town. I don't have to get up in the morning and go to the gym.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna be.
He's going to McDonald's drive-thru and getting like 3 or 4 of them McGriddles.
Get two of them. Get 2 of those McGriddles.
I need them
Yes.
sausage McMuffin curls.
And eat one like
Yeah.
Gotta
All right,
bench
but
press my hash browns. Ugh.
But real quickly, just to wrap up the news on Destruction All Stars, that game we know jack squat about. The game will be featured for 2 months in PlayStation Plus at no additional cost. So
That's a great
in
deal,
February-
though. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
I will say this is the earliest we've ever heard of a PlayStation Plus game. Like,
Yeah.
we're learning about a PlayStation Plus game that you're getting for free 4 months in advance.
Yeah.
I've never. It's a new one, a new way of going.
Just head over to the PlayStation blog. I put a link in the Twitch chat for this. As a matter of fact, all the articles that we featured tonight, I put links in the Twitch chat. So help yourself. Go check them out. Read up some more about them. And like I said earlier, you come back over to @PS_Crossroads and talk to us some more about it. We love interacting with you guys. So who wants to tee up this last news topic?
what, that Cyberpunk got delayed?
Yes, that news
Swing
topic.
it out of the park.
That news topic. That one.
I knew it. I felt it. I don't know why. And like as soon as I like hit that home button on my iPhone this morning or this afternoon, it popped up like 30 seconds. I was like, "Oh, I'm sending this to the crew." I figured it was gonna happen.
And you saw my response.
Yes.
Look, I think a lot of people were like really worried that, especially with the people that I talk to, were like, because I'm a big Destiny player, and everybody's like, "Oh, I gotta blow through Beyond Light in like 10 days because then I gotta play Cyberpunk." And now people are like, "Oh man, now I can play safely." And by the time Cyberpunk comes out, also like I think
I'm okay with
Ubisoft, I think Ubisoft is also really excited because like apparently like their entire catalog of games is coming out in like within 6 weeks of each other. And now they don't have to compete with Cyberpunk.
Which, by the way, why would they do that? By the way, Ubisoft, what are they thinking?
I don't know. They're thinking,
Oh,
oh no, our creative people allegedly sexually assaulted people. We need to change the direction of our conversation.
So basically, just throw everything in our face at one time.
We fired half of our company. We need to change the conversation.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ron, look at the chat.
Now this is what you said. Honestly, it's getting to that point.
Hold on, how old am I? I might still be alive when it releases. If it does, I'll
We'll
wait.
have our own cyberpunk future, and LeRon will just be like a cyborg with like I don't know,
You know what? I need Ghost in the Shell to be a thing. You know, just ruin my brain, put me inside a prosthetic body. Yeah, let's do this.
And then he could eat all the McGriddles he wants and play the Cyberpunk.
You damn right. All right, so it was on Twitter today. CD Projekt Red announced the news in a statement on Twitter, citing the immense task of shipping Cyberpunk 2077 across 9 consoles and 2 generations of hardware. In a quote, the biggest challenge for us right now is shipping the game on current gen, next gen, and PC at the same time, which requires us to prepare and test 9 versions of it. Co-founders Adam Badowski and Masin Iwinski, CD Projekt stated. Badowski and Iwinski also confirmed that Cyberpunk 2077 was also a next-gen title during development, so releasing the RPG across different generations requires effort for every version to run smoothly. Which that's something I want to go ahead and just make a statement on real quickly. Everyone out there knows that like games come out on console and then they get ported to PC, and the PC port for whatever reason is always like a buggy nightmare, or it's kind of inferior to the console version. And you know, I'll just say this. If CD Projekt Red is putting that much emphasis on making sure the experience is the same across all the platforms, this gets props. You know, like I'm upset that it's another 3 weeks. It's another 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and I don't want to sound like an entitled gamer, but I want my damn game. I've already paid for it.
I would say though that me personally, I could wait a year for this game because as long as it runs well, I mean, keep going, keep making it perfect. But I do think that they want people to play it on the next gen console.
Yes, yeah,
and so pushing it back also gives people more of an opportunity to get those next gen consoles and have the better experience on there. Because there's no way it's going to be the same. I mean, especially with load times and stuff. Like, could you imagine if The Witcher 3 released on PS3 and PS4? And the PS4 load times for Witcher 3 were pretty long. On PS3, it would be, you'd wait like a day before you could get to the next screen, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, I think PS5 is where they want people to play, and I think maybe pushing it back gives them the opportunity.
Oh yeah, I'm coming to Homeboy's work tomorrow. I'm going to his job.
2078.
There's something in his store I need to buy tomorrow, just so I can slap him upside the back of his head while I'm walking out the door.
It'll release at a time where Cyberpunk 2077 is actually a prehistoric game.
Cyborg dinosaurs.
We'll be worried about the Reapers are coming to like harvest us.
It'll be Assassin's Creed Cyberpunk 2077 at that point. Templars are Keanu Reeves is part of the Templars.
I was just about to say, even Giant Wick can't save us right now.
All right, just so we all know the scope of Cyberpunk 2077's launch. The game is going to be launching on the following systems: Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox. Wait. Okay, no, I'm saying so many Xboxes now that I'm confused. Okay,
the original Xbox.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, PlayStation 5, the PC, and Stadia. Which, yeah, have fun with that one.
And Switch.
Oh God. Man, you know what? That game will sell so many units on Switch. It's ridiculous, because just like how we were talking about how my boy just swears up and down Overwatch on the Switch as an experience, you know.
I didn't know Ed was hosting this show. How did we get to talk to Nintendo?
Wait, Ed's not the guy saying that Overwatch is good on Switch, right?
No, he's not.
No,
it was
I got worried.
It was a joke that we started talking about Nintendo on a show other than the Nintendo show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we talk about Nintendo on this show a lot. Well, I mean, Nintendo probably gets 3% mention on this show every week.
That's my second console. That's my go-to after PlayStation.
It's my third console after my PC and my PlayStation. Which by the way, my PlayStation is very salty at me right now, my PS4, because it knows I'm just waiting for PS5, so I haven't turned this thing on in about a month now. It knows.
I'm like, whichever one touched my hand first, that's what I play.
PS4 is now going to be the Netflix machine in the bedroom.
I mean, that's how my Xbox One X is going to be. Like, I have a little TV in the office. It's not a smart TV. It's plugged in, but nothing's hooked up to it. It's going to be like the Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus machine.
Yep.
All right, so this is the third delay for Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. Yeah.
It's sickening.
Cybertrunk.
Cybertrunk is actually about an elephant that has a robotic trunk, and you go around and just I don't know, what do elephants do? Eat.
Not to be confused with Elon Musk's Cybertruck.
All right. If you're keeping up here, originally was
nobody's keeping
April,
up.
I know. Like we're tired. We are.
I'm exhausted.
Just give us the game.
I want the game. Oh, and I hope it doesn't bomb. That's my fear at this point.
It's not going to bomb. Trust me, it's not going to bomb. Like everybody that loves The Witcher has already signed on to get this game. I mean, and plus The Witcher's coming out on 2 more consoles anyway. So what?
I have a question. Is it weird that people are excited for a game that people have only played like one excellent game from this company? Like, I mean, I know like The Witcher is like okay, but The Witcher 1 was not very good, and The Witcher 2 had like probably 20 or 30 patches before it was actually like a good game. So like, and The Witcher 3 has like the whole combat system changed. So like, are people like, I don't know. I just want to know if like people are like being overly excited for this game for.
Oh, they definitely are.
Like maybe this is why Jason Schreier has such a hard on for CD Projekt Red.
I wouldn't know. He blocked me.
Maybe this is why.
Yeah, me too.
He blocked. Yeah, Nellie, you're not blocked yet, are you?
What are you doing with your life? Come on.
It's not that hard.
All you have to do is
it's not that hard to get blocked.
All you have to do is tweet at him in some shape or form, and he'll block you. It doesn't even have to be negative or positive or anything.
I was like, this is a test. I hate you. Blocked.
Maybe it's time for me to form an alt just so I can get blocked on my regular account and still stalk the guy.
Just ask him what font he uses in his book, and he'll probably block you. I don't know. Is that Helvetica or Times New Roman, or did you go with the classic Comic Sans font?
Like, I was about to say, hey, Jason, stop using Comic Sans in your damn articles.
PRG says he don't even know him and he's been blocked. Man.
I mean, you could probably just like his tweet at this point, and he'll block you. He'll just like,
yep. No. Legit. I saw someone actually post like all I did was like his tweet, and he blocked me. I saw someone say that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Happy birthday, block.
That's the RPG.
Oh, man, that guy.
Nellie's losing it now.
I know. What did we do? What have I done?
Give her an EpiPen.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right, Nellie, can you get it together now? Because we're on our big topic.
Oh, my glasses back on. Okay, I'm ready.
Now we're releasing in 2086.
2086.
Do you think Jason Schreier blocked CD Projekt Red when they commented on the things that he said about them?
Oh, yes.
I would love it if CD Projekt Red blocked him, so they can't even follow him.
he probably reported them.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you blocked me? I report you."
Oh,
Man.
doesn't say I see him pop up on my time.
It must be nice to think that your, shit smells like roses all the time, and I don't know.
He thinks he's the Adam Schefter of video games, and he's not.
Yeah.
It's like at this point, man. Like Jeff Keighley has more credibility than you do, bro.
Someone pointed that out that Cyberpunk is coming out the same day as the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
There'll probably be
So
some
it's-
big trailer there, like a release trailer or something.
Probably. Oh well. That just means that Cyberpunk is going to be Game of the Year for 2077. For
Here
2020.
we go. Don't jinx
Yeah.
it.
2021.
Cyberpunk 2077, Game of the Year 2086.
Hell yeah.
All right, crew.
By the way, just a side tangent, I just noticed, but all Star Wars games are on sale because The Mandalorian's coming out this week for everybody who wants a Star Wars game.
Oh yeah. Wait. So what's Fallen? What's Jedi Outcast going for?
Jedi Outcast?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
If it's something good, who's hosting the sale? Humble?
No, it's the PlayStation Store.
10,
Oh, I don't care about the.
Well,
$15. Outcast $15.
Not
all of us have, high-end PCs with 12 monitors and 7 speakers and 7
Yeah.
gaming chairs.
Oh, by the way, speaking of gaming monitors, Amazon sent me the wrong one, but they sent me the good one. Like I ordered I ordered the Joe, co-host on Arsenal X. He recommended this 1440p 155 hertz Samsung gaming monitor. I said, okay, it's a little pricey, but I'll get it. It was like $500 on Amazon. So I got it, and I was like, I hooked my Xbox One X up to it. I'm like, it's saying I can do 4K, but this isn't a 4K monitor. What's wrong with this thing? I was like, I think they sent me the wrong one. So I turned my Xbox off and turned it back on. I was like, maybe it just is used to the settings on my other TV. Nope, still says 4K. I go to the box. It's clearly the wrong one. It's the Samsung Odyssey series, which is like their premier gaming monitor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 4K and does 144 hertz and has 2 HDMI 2.1 ports in it.
Oh my god! Are you for real?
Yeah, they sent me that one. And I'm like, I guess I won't tell them that they sent me the wrong one.
Wait, is it the G9? Is it that one?
I have to go get the box and look exactly what it is, but
What size is it?
it's 32 inches.
32 inch. Hold on, I'm trying to look at the price because
Curved. I've never had a curved monitor in my life, but I will never go back. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, it kind of changed. Okay, it was an $800 monitor.
So
Wait, no. Wait, the G9 is 49 inch. You said yours is 32 inch, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. HDR VSync, 2 display ports, 1.4, HDMI 2. Wait, you said 2.1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is not the right one then. All right, but I have an idea though, because that's probably gonna be my next thing after my graphics card is a 4K. It's a 4K monitor. I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah, it's real nice. I'm gonna let you know. Thanks, Amazon.
Yay.
Bezos gonna come after you.
That's fine. What for, dude? He wipes his ass with more money than they lost on this monitor. Okay, he's fine.
Oh yeah,
Probably rolls doobies with $100 bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. It's time for the big topic tonight, and everybody out there, feel free to join in with us on the chat because for our Halloween show tonight, Crossroads is going to pick out 4 scary games. So, horror games. You either love them, tolerate them, or hate them. Over the long history of video games, the experience of games has always been about getting the most thrills and emotions as possible, and the horror game genre is one of the most talked about genres out there in modern gaming. Whether you're looking to have your pants scared off or have your mind messed with, horror and scary video games seem to have the best distinction of outdoing their scary and horror movie counterparts when it comes to delivering the genuine scares. Tonight, for our Halloween week show, the crew here at Boss Rush Crossroads.
You're right there, LeRon.
Yeah, I was so excited. That's all it was. Is ready to talk about our favorite scary games. For this panel tonight, no title is off limits this time. We're talking the games that scared the hell out of us and the ones that made their impact on the gaming landscape. So, what's your 4 favorite scary games? Who wants to go first? Maybe our special guest, the camp counselor, should go first.
Nope. I do have to say, I do like the original Resident Evil game a lot.
Okay, the very first one.
Well, the remake, I guess you would say.
The remake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's scary in an atmospheric way more than it is just like a jump scare way, which I'm more into. And I think the idea of the survival horror and hoarding, your like your gear and your weapons and stuff, like I just really like that first game a lot. So that's one. That's one. Eternal Darkness is also very good.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
I really like Eternal Darkness for the GameCube. Scary games. I don't really know anymore because I don't play scary games. I actually actively stay away from scary games.
What about Majora's Mask?
That game's not scary.
That moon, man. That moon is scary.
Oh, moon, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess. Luigi's Mansion. Now that is a scary game. It's not, but
it's the main thing that's scary about Luigi's Mansion is the amount of backtracking and redoing of like all those floors over and over again. Like I love Luigi's Mansion, but my God, like that game is like one of the biggest time sucking games that Nintendo has ever made.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's only like 8 hours long.
Right.
That's why I liked the what was the 3DS one, Full Moon?
Dark Moon.
Dark Moon. Because if there was backtracking, but the house was so small and you didn't really go over the same exact steps. You just visited different rooms. I thought it worked out really well in that game.
Yeah, I do. It's not a scary game per se, but it's like it's kind of scary if you're like wearing headphones and playing it right. But I think Hellblade is a pretty
I need to play that.
Great atmospheric kind of. It's psychological horror and it's anxiety inducing.
It's anxiety inducing because when you start taking damage, like things just get harder.
Yeah, it's definitely scary in some parts, like mentally scary, not just like, oh man, there's a monster over here. So.
Wait. Master RBG put out Resident Evil 4. Like Nellie as a resident Resident Evil person. You see what I did there?
You're the Resident Evil person.
Is Resident Evil 4 that scary of a game? Because in my opinion, Resident Evil 4 did not really scare me at all.
It's really not. I understand what they were trying to do, but it didn't execute that well. Not like any other Resident Evil game. This is just my opinion. I'm not shooting you down. But compared to like Resident Evil like 1, 2, and 3, that whole change, it just didn't do it justice.
Okay. He said not scary, but a very good game. So a very good game for a survival horror / genre / game. I get it now. Okay. So did you have any other games to add, Corey? Because technically you don't have 4 just yet. Okay. All right.
I said
we're
4.
not gonna-
I had 4 games, I think. Did I not have 4? Resident Evil.
Eternal Darkness. I think
Eternal
you said.
Darkness.
Eternal Darkness.
Luigi's Mansion.
Nah, that's not scary.
I thought you were joking on that one.
I was. Hellblade. No, I guess I don't have 4.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. You're the guest. You're the guest this week. We're not gonna.
I don't know.
We're not
I
gonna hold
can't
you to the
think.
same standards that we held Brody and Logan to.
That's fine. I have no standards apparently, so it's fine.
All right, who wants to go next?
All right, so my 4 will be Silent Hill 2 and 3. The reason why I picked those is because what?
No. I was just saying. I was intrigued. That's all. I wasn't judging. I was intrigued.
I didn't play 1. That's why that one's not on my list because all 3 of those would have probably took the cake.
You didn't miss anything.
Okay. And let's see. My 3rd one was Remothered. I like that whole little scary atmosphere of being in a house and getting lost and having this old naked man chase you.
By the way, I looked that up after you talked about it yesterday, and I was like, oh man, this game is kind of freaky.
Yeah. And my 4th one was between Resident Evil 2 remake and the original. So I would probably go with the remake due to the fact that it's a dark atmosphere.
I like it.
Yeah. Austin, you want to go or should I go next?
I can go.
Right.
I'm gonna pick some weird. I'm gonna pick some weird games for this.
Right. Okay. Hit us.
The first one's not that weird. Resident Evil 7, I think, is a really great game.
The atmosphere of that game is anxiety inducing because the it wasn't leeches. It was like what like moss or whatever, or mold or something like that.
Yeah.
And that crap is coming out of the walls. Like if that's not enough to scare the hell out of people in a first person perspective, I don't know what it is.
And it really went back to like more the roots of Resident Evil, where 4, 5, and 6 ended up being more of a shooter in ways. Definitely conserve your ammo and stuff like that. And yeah, I really liked Resident Evil 7. I'll go with Dying Light as another one.
Good pick.
Because I'm not really into zombie games a whole lot, but that one in particular, just the aspect of you have to make sure you get everything done in the day, because if you're stuck out there at night, it's be a total madhouse. You'll probably die. Like you're just probably gonna die unless you can find a way. So, plus the park, with it being first person, you can't really see everything around you, and the parkour aspect, if you're not hitting every jump right and grabbing on the ledges right, I mean, it's pretty fear-inducing game. I'm gonna go with two. These are the 2 weird ones. I'm gonna go with this one's not scary at all, but if you don't really know what you're getting into, Gone Home, because it sets it up like you're basically exploring this abandoned house. It's storming, doors are creaking, all this stuff, but you end up getting a really good story out of it. I know a lot of people like me, I was like, I think I'm getting into a scary game, and when you find out it's kind of not, it kind of just, but like if you don't know that, you're constantly waiting for something to jump out and scare you. You're constantly waiting for something to get you. And the last one is because I wanted to stick to PS4 games, but this one's a PS Vita game. And it's it's actually technically a graphic novel of sorts, but Danganronpa. I don't know if either of you played Danganronpa. If you like the Detective Ace games, and it's like Detective Ace and graphic novels. Basically, you go to a school with 14 other students, and you're controlled by an evil maniac bear, like a little teddy bear, Uh, and in this school, it is either kill or be killed. So the way the game works is you are in the school, you're trying to get out of it. This bear is complete control, but the only way you can get out is if you kill someone and get away with it. And so you have to kill someone, and then after someone finds the dead body, it goes to trial and stuff like that. It's all story related. You don't do any of the killing. You're trying to get out of it, but playing the game, it really sets it up. And there's 3 games of it. They're all great, and if you want to see if you can get into it, you can watch the first game. It has a anime series based on it. It's like 12 episodes or something. But it sets the game up where you're walking down these like really dark hallways. There's always people just kind of staring at you, like different students staring at you. You don't know who's a killer at the point. You're trying to figure out who's the killer and how they did it and stuff like that. So, it's just kind of a creepy sneak game.
Is it an import?
No.
Feels like it is. Oh, okay.
I don't think so. It's Spike Chunsoft, and NIS America or whatever. I think is the publisher.
Okay.
It's on PC as well, so you can play it on PC as well. But
okay,
I would highly suggest Vita.
Yeah, I feel like the Vita is the experience.
But they're great games. They're like I've never played any graphic novels that like I tried. I was like, oh, these are not Danganronpa. Like Danganronpa's ruined me on all graphic novels at this point because it's just not the same. It's a bunch of reading. Where this one's reading, but it's very interesting. It's like constantly put you on your seat. Interesting.
Oh wow.
Interesting. So I give a shout out to those, and of course, Layers of Fear and Dead Nation were 2 other ones I was thinking of.
Oh, Dead Nation was a good game.
Yeah. Bloodborne and Until Dawn. Those were the other ones I was thinking of. But
all right. So I guess it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So actually, yeah, I think I've got the order right. Okay, so my 4 picks was the original Resident Evil when it released on PS1. I was on deployment when this game came out, and I got a copy of it, and I was literally up all night playing the game on my off time because it was a different experience, like It was the first survival horror game for sure that I played. I know there were a few before this because there have been attempts on other consoles before it got popular on PlayStation. But Resident Evil was what got me into scary games. Like at that point, scary game I wasn't trying to play a scary game. But yeah, that is what happened. But then it comes full circle because I got to a certain point where horror games no longer did it for me. So I fell off the grid after Resident Evil 4. So when a game called Dead Space came out, like that got me back into horror games because, and you guys have heard me say it before on the show before, like Dead Space is like Event Horizon meets Alien. And for a sci-fi buff like myself, it was right up my alley as far as video games go and stuff like that. And they had so many of those good tropes of sci-fi horror. There was body horror and mutilation with the necromorphs. There was psychological stuff going on, just like in Event Horizon. And Dead Space was the start of a great, in my opinion, trilogy or franchise. But like all things EA gets his hands on, they screw it up.
That's not true. Sorry.
I mean,
no, it's true.
Gambling rings, whatever.
I mean, what are the Canadians really gambling with? Their fake Monopoly money? Come on.
They're gambling their maple syrup.
Come on. And who's really going to be mad at us? Mark Carabin from Co-op Mode podcast. He's going to come after me with his, flimsy Monopoly pieces and just what I didn't pass go on my way to Newfoundland. Jerk. Sorry, I like to poke fun at our Canadian friends. It's fine. I like Mark.
They're basically just lesser Americans.
Yeah,
they're gonna be all up in the crossroads mentions tomorrow.
America is just Canada's pants. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're Canadians with balls.
I'm concerned.
My next pick is the Resident Evil 2 remake, and man, I will say this: Resident Evil 2 is probably my second most favorite of the original Resident Evil games. I enjoyed the original Resident Evil 2. Like, that was a game that I was able to speedrun in under 3 hours. Both scenarios. Like, I was able to speedrun both scenarios in one playthrough in under 3 hours. So when Resident Evil 2 Remake came out, I was like, yes, it makes perfect sense that they're remaking this game and modernizing it. And there was just so many things that, you know, like your nostalgia plays into the factor of it, because like you're supposed to know where like all the good bits of the game are at and everything, and they kind of take it and they remix it in a way to where the old scares are just new to a certain point, and I loved it. And also it brought back the anxiety of some of the stuff that you used to deal with in the old Resident Evil games. For example, like bullet management, like ammo management was a thing now. Like, I mean, it was crazy. But you know, they gave you outs, because like, you know, you could board up windows, but you can only board up so many windows, so the zombies are still going to get in. You just got to be strategic about how it goes. Stuff like that. You had the sub weapons, which were introduced in the Resident Evil remake, where, you know, like if things got too sticky, you could jab somebody with a letter opener and get a chance to save yourself, or, you know, like jam a flashbang in their mouth and get away from them and stuff like that. And it was really fun and refreshing. Side note though, like I've only played completely through the Resident Evil 2 remake once, considering that I probably played it a million times on PS1 back in the day. But it was something about this game that I was like, man, like this game is stressing me out. and I love it. You know, but Mr. X is too damn much. And speaking of Mr. X, like the fourth game on my list, and I do have an honorable mention too, but the fourth game on my list is Alien Isolation. Two weekends ago, I spent an entire weekend playing this game, and I am a big fan of the Alien movie franchise, but I was just a when the game first came out, I played it on the PS4 for a little bit, and I was such a little bitch that I couldn't finish. But as I knew we were getting ready for this for the horror games episode for Crossroads this month, I was like, you know what? Let me get my wits about me and play this game and try to beat it this time. And yeah, I spent an entire weekend playing this game, and man, when I tell you, stressed out doesn't even begin to eclipse on what was going on in this game. Like, Alien Isolation is a great game. Basically, the story picks up 15 years after like the events of the Nostromo in the first Alien movie, and you're following Sigourney Weaver's daughter, Amanda Ripley, in this game, and basically it gets brought to Amanda's attention that they found the flight recorder of the Nostromo from when her mom went lost in space, and basically, so you wind up going as a representative of the Weyland-Yutani Company, which, you know, of course, they're like the devil in that universe. And you wind up on the station called Sevastopol Station, which is hanging out around this gas giant. It looks like Jupiter, but it's not Jupiter. Like and so you get to the station, and everything that you could anticipate not going right on a station is not going right on this station, honestly. But eventually, like people are like huddled masses, like they're in forage and scavenging mode. People have guns and stuff, and they're trying to protect themselves at all costs and stuff like that. And you don't really understand the scope of it until you actually encounter the xenomorph for the first time. and then it's a whole new. It's like a whole new ball game for that game. I remember reading developer logs about this game, and they were saying how like the developers were saying how like the encounter with the xenomorph, the alien, was not 100% scripted. But I kid you not, I felt like anytime I got to a decent area of the game, the first thing I caught myself saying is, man, it would suck if the xenomorph shows up right now. And guess what happens?
It shows up.
The damn xenomorph shows up, and there's mechanics in this game where you of course, just like in the movies, you're not going to last in a toe-to-toe fight with, in a toe-to-toe encounter with the alien. Like, it's going to get you. So like you have to run and hide. You have to stay still. Or when you get weapons like the flamethrower, for example, which is actually your best friend in the game once you find it. My thing about the whole alien though is like you encounter it so much in the game that a lot of your game time winds up being hiding from the xenomorph. Like you, I beat the game in a little over 12 hours, and about 3 of those hours was me hiding in lockers and freaking air vents and stuff, because this sucker, when it shows up, it doesn't want to leave. It's almost like, I know you're here, but at the same time, like the one thing you're supposed to be doing to get it to leave quicker is keeping it there. and to add insult to injury, let's say you're hiding in a locker, and the xenomorph kind of suspects you're in the locker. It'll stand menacing around the locker and try to peek into the locker. Your character can lean back, like really like slink into the locker and press against the back of the locker and try to stay more concealed, but you can also hold your breath. The problem is, though, if you hold your breath too long, she starts hyperventilating until she freaks out, and that causes Xenomorph to just rip the locker open, and he's got you. Yeah. So just imagine playing a game where you're trying to have an adventure, but a portion of the adventure is hiding in the locker all the damn time. Now, like I said, I spent an entire weekend playing that. So I started on a Friday night and I beat it late Sunday night. And as a matter of fact, the Arsenal X show that I was on 2 weekends ago, that was the night I finished it. I finished it after we finished recording the podcast for Arsenal X. And my one takeaway, because I know some people were because I started live tweeting certain things at certain events. Like, you get to the game, and halfway in the game, there's one thing about it that kind of felt weird for me. It felt like two different teams were handling the story of the game. Because the first half of the game, with your encounters with the alien stuff, it all made sense, and it kind of stacked up with the lore of the movies and stuff like that. But then the second half of the game is like, did these guys even watch the movies? Because the entire time you're playing the game, and you're convinced it's one xenomorph, but you hit the second half of the game, you wind up having, and this is a spoiler alert, you wind up in the engineering section of the station, and you're climbing down this ladder, and as soon as your feet hit the ground, like you're in ankle deep water, but as soon as you turn around, all of a sudden there's a nest. So it's like, it goes from Alien 1 to Aliens. And I'm sitting there like, wait, there's a nest here? There's only one alien. How is there a nest? And just it's crazy. And
life finds a way.
All they had to say was like, hey, this first alien was a queen, and then it would have made sense. But there was no queen on the in the gameplay that I had. I didn't run into a queen. It would have made sense though. So yeah. Alien Isolation is on my list. Is the most recent scary game that I played. Most recent meaning the one I played most recently, not the most recent one. And yeah, it's a good game, but I'll just warn anyone who's a fan of the Alien lore, like, there's some stuff in there that's going to throw you, and it's going to kind of piss you off. My honorable mention game is PT. That demo that you can only play like a handful of times before they ripped it off the PlayStation Store. Now talk about games that like ratchet up your anxiety. That was one. Like, I basically every time I turned a corner, I was scared out of my wits because I didn't know what was going to happen next. But did you guys play it?
I did.
Okay, let me just say this.
Video.
let me just say this. At one point, you're kind of forced to like hide in the bathroom, and when you get into the bathroom, I kid you not, in the bathroom sink. It's like a freaking aborted fetus is in the bathroom sink, and it's still alive. And every time you move towards it, it would either move or start crying, and it was the creepiest thing.
Oh yeah.
And this is a Hideo Kojima game.
Didn't it start talking to you at 1.2?
Was that?
Didn't it start talking to you at 1.2? I seen that.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it sing Prom Night Dumpster Baby like on Family Guy?
Oh no!
Oh, you were wrong.
Oh no!
You were wrong, man. Oh my God, you are so wrong. But those are my picks. So that's all of our picks as far as our 4 scary games. Once again, like head over to @PS_crossroads over on Twitter and tell us what some of your favorite scary video games are. All right, well, it's coming up on the end. Let's see. Any shout outs tonight? No.
I just remembered another scary game though, Bendy and the Ink Machine. Have you all played that?
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Nellie, you played it?
I've seen it. I haven't played it.
Okay. I won't spoil anything, but basically you and this guy were partners at a cartoon or cartoon studio. And your partner dies at the beginning of the movie, and so he asks you to go back to the cartoon studio to like go through things or whatever, and it ends up being haunted basically with cartoon characters, and it's like 1940s cartoon characters, like a haunted Mickey looking character, a haunted Goofy looking character, and so it was published by Rooster Teeth. It was one of their games that they did, and it's very interesting. It's very, very creepy actually. It's kind of hard to control when you get it. I highly suggest turning your sensitivity all the way up because it's so hard to maneuver. But once I turned all the sensitivity up, it got a little bit better. But other than that, like, it's a pretty good story, and it's really, really creepy, and you start to figure that out pretty quickly in the game. So I highly suggest that one. That was one that I completely forgot about, but I don't know why I did.
Oh, my roommate just texted me. It looks like he's watching, but apparently he didn't say anything in the chat. He said mention Men of Medan that came out last. I think that was last.
I haven't played that one yet.
I haven't played that one either. I watched a couple of people play like the first part of it, and that game is creepy.
Yeah, that's the one that Supermassive did, right? The ones that
yes,
made Until Dawn.
The
yeah,
Dark
I never played
Pictures
it.
Anthology or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Until Dawn was a great game, so I need to play Man of Medan. And whatever the other one is, there's another one that I forget what it's called.
Little Hope, I think, is the second one.
Okay.
I think it got pushed.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the VR game, Blood Rush game,
Rush of Blood, or whatever.
Rush of Blood.
I don't think Supermassive did that one though.
I didn't. I feel like there's another game, but I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up tonight. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun joining us tonight. Don't forget.
I sure did.
I know you did. And it's always wonderful when you're here with us, man. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
We need you, Corey.
I mean that as in we'll fire Austin. I mean not Austin. I'm sorry. We'll fire Logan.
I'm willing to volunteer as tribute too. Like
I was thinking of Logan, but I was looking at you, Austin. You know how that Freudian slip happens sometimes.
Y'all look the same to you.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Hey.
Yeah, right. It would take Logan 6 years to grow a beard like that.
I was gonna say it's a LAN party joke right now that Logan is trying to grow a beard. We started that on the last episode, so yeah, I don't know. I actually have never seen Logan with facial hair, so I don't know if he can or not. I mean, I don't know if he's even tried.
That's messed up.
But I believe in him. I mean, but I've never seen it. I've just never seen it. That's all I'm saying.
All right, but for you guys that are listening out there and want to hear more from the Boss Rush crew, go over to bossrushgames.com and check out our list of shows, which includes Arsenal X podcast, where they talked about the Halo Master Chief collection series this week. The Boss
4K
Rush
120.
You got any more for us? You got anything else for us?
No, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow. I thought
No. I was like, go ahead, get the plugs.
Oh.
for Arsenal X, but yeah. Also check out our recent episode of the Boss Rush podcast, where it was all about Mass Effect, the Mass Effect franchise for the original trilogy, actually. Where Ed, myself, and special guest MJ Kuhn talked about our love for the series and what we hope for in the future for the Mass Effect franchise. And also, don't forget the Tower Casuals podcast, as well as Nintendo Power Block and a lot of our other stuff. Like I said, bossrushgames.com. Head over there, check us out, check out our shows, and show us some love. So you can keep the chat and the conversation going with us over at Twitter at PS_Crossroads, where the four of us and Corey hold it down with more news, events, and topics. I said the four of us because our boy Logan is missing tonight, but he's always there as well. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. It's everybody out there on Twitch and everybody who's going to be listening to our podcast. Everybody here at Crossroads and the rest of the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night and go out there and play games and be better. Have a great night, and we'll be back next week. Next week, we'll be back with an episode of Rumor Control, where we'll be talking about the possible upcoming Kojima Productions title. So be ready for that. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Peace out.
At Logan Corkins, ask him how his beard game is going.
All I can think of is that South Park episode where he glues some pubes to his face.
Yes. Yes.